Hey, party paisans. It's Steve from the top here, reminding you that this is a post-game show for the Mario and Luigi Brothership game. Meaning full spoilers ahead on a game that came out a year ago. So if you're playing the game, you want to play a game, which is an RPG, and you don't want those spoilers, turn it off now. We won't be offended. It's okay. Otherwise, hey, thanks for waiting so long. Enjoy.
But come and listen afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that was implied. Hello, party people. Well, I always say party people's allowed in an RPG, even though Mario and Luigi is always just 2 people, or 3 people, or 4 people. Anyway.
Should we say party bros? Because it's the bros, party bros?
Yeah, we're bros today.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming. I'm here with Kevin, who I talked with about a Mario RPG before.
Yeah, you're just stuck with me. I'm not the main course here, though.
And kicking and screaming, I have Aaron, who is an experienced Mario and Luigi player.
Hello, party bros. Holy shit. Yeah. Thanks for having me here, guys. And again, I apologize that this took so fucking long. It's just this game, like, I don't know. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
I was going to say, please, let's build up to that. Jesus Christ.
Do you want me to redo that?
No, okay. No, it's fine. But we should probably take a bit to wonder what the hell are we doing here at all? Because I don't know. I feel like those first 3 games, Superstar Saga, Partners in Time, and Bowser's Inside Story, I feel like those were all timers in their own right. It wasn't until Dream Team where the series started taking a turn toward the questionable. Then there was Paper Jam, a game that's such a non-entity where our guest had a show covering all the Mario and Luigi games, and no one in his panel had anything to say about it at all. Yikes. Then 2 remasters of the first and third games happened. Rest in peace, Partners in Time. Happened on the 3DS. Ouch. After the Switch came out. Double ouch. And, Switch is one of the most popular consoles of all time. So, of course, Alpha Dream shut down and no more Mario and Luigi games. Oh, wait, no. Here's another Mario and Luigi game. Thanks, Acquire.
But the remake of Superstar Saga was like, people were happy about that, right? I know I get it didn't sell as well as they would have liked.
I feel like people would have been happier if it was on the Switch. But, I mean, there's no real way to gauge that in 2017, especially, after the Wii U shit the bed. But, I would have preferred a dual release. Atlas was out there too, like, okay, here's 3 other games on 3DS and not Switch, where all the money's being made right now. Like, no one knew what was going to happen in 2017. They were out there saying, look, we know we just announced Samus Returns, but Metroid Prime 4 is going to come out real soon, you guys. Real soon. Just hang on.
Yeah, the fucking Superstar Saga totally should have been on Switch. Like, I don't think they used the touch screen for anything on the 3DS. It didn't make any goddamn sense. No sense at all.
I think we would have been forgiven if they did just pretend to use touchscreen things, or they just said handheld only for if it was necessary. I saw a bunch of people, one person complaining in 2019, oh no, the touchscreen is absolutely necessary for the Bowser fights in Inside Story in 2019. Okay, if it really was, we can just hold it vertically, the screen, and do it that way if we really had to. Or you could just change the controls.
Is this a safe space? Can I share my secrets here?
Why
Without
not?
judgment?
We're going to say all kinds of things today, I feel like. Why not?
Yes.
I've never played Superstar Saga all the way through, and I just feel like I should be upfront about that. I've tried multiple times, and I haven't finished it. I finished Partners in Time and Bowser's Inside Story. But I just feel, I know, but that face is insane. No judgment.
No.
Welcome to our Mario and Luigi Brothership show. I'm Steve, and I'm here with Aaron and no one else.
I know. I just thought you should know that I'm a huge poser before we get too far into this.
You played it though. You played it, so it's okay. You got for the most part, you got it.
I've tried. Especially when we're doing this with the guy who named his inaugural podcast after the game. Yeah, I just felt guilty.
It's okay. I mean, do you know how far you gotten? Maybe I could excuse you if you've gotten at least like halfway through. So
I think I got well over halfway through. The first time this was actually the first game I emulated like ever when I was a kid. This I like emulated this in Minish Cap, and I finished Minish Cap, but I didn't finish this. But I had to play it on our old fucking compact Presario in like shitty aspect ratio on the computer because
holy shit,
I wasn't getting enough games, I guess. So
that's fine. Yeah, over halfway through, that's good, man. No, you got it.
Okay, I was like 12, so I don't remember a lot.
Kevin, I gotta say, you got all those handhelds you're showing up with every week. Why don't you use one of them to just play the game already?
I know. One of these days. One of these days.
I'm just saying, you're not short on options.
You know what, though? I finished Brothership, God damn it, and that counts for something. So
that's a test of patience, man. And like, it's so crazy, man. Like, I adore Superstar Saga and Bowser's Inside Story. And I think I've beaten Partners in Time like once or twice, but like, man, this game took just such a huge nosedive for me on like the second. Well, not I don't know. Basically, like with how much I fucking adore the series, like even Dream Team and Paper Jam kind of had some cool qualities, but like I don't know.
The thing that's frustrating, there's so much good shit about it. There is. Should we start there?
We should probably not come out the gate shitting on the game. So why don't we?
No, you're good.
Talk about things because this isn't Tecmo Secret of the Stars on Super Nintendo. This is actually a playable video game. Because hey, I'll come out and say it.
Yeah.
I'll come out and say this off the top. I like the sailing on the titular Brothership, which is more of an island that they convert into a ship because it's whimsical as fuck. It gives the game a quasi-episodic feel, and given the developer and Acquire, they made the Octopath Traveler games. I'm like, I think that was intentional to a point, and they all have their own little storylines that develop over time, like a mini Octopath game, but not, for babies. No one's getting whored off or anything like that. It's for the children.
Yeah, I really like the sailing too. Like once you get to a new current and you're finding all the new what are they called? The monuments or the shrines or whatever they're called, the statues. Finding those and like new islands and stuff. I really liked that, and I really liked the little guy you can go to whenever you find a new monument or shrine or whatever they're called, and he'll give you a cool prize for like here's some sweet new kicks or here's some sweet new pants or whatever. Like, oh, that was kind of cool. I like that little guy.
I mean, you also go fishing, and yes, I guess this means the fishing lobby RPG people have come to me like, Brothership is a good game. Don't look in my pockets or bank account.
I think all of that went like I think like theme in general, the sailing and the fishing and even the plug characters, everything. It's a weird mix, but it felt like very coherent. Especially with like we got to talk about the animation and the art style, because for the first like few hours I was just enamored with it. I thought I would generally like to see a full Mario and Luigi movie in this art style.
Yeah.
It's worth noting that the art style finally matches the concept art that they've been showing in magazines and things forever. The cover art with they finally made it 1-to-1-ish, where it's like, oh, the game looks like this now. Mm-hmm. It looks cartoony too, and that even goes into the battles, which I like a lot.
I like that too. It really felt like it was kind of the fully realized version of what they wanted to do, like just with the pixel art from the start with Superstar Saga.
Yeah. The combat, I feel like in this game is probably the best of any of the games in the series, especially since it doesn't try to use any like gyro or any kind of gimmicks or anything like that. It's just use A and B and sometimes X, and like that's it. No weird fucking tutorials.
It's really gone back to basics too, because it's just Mario and Luigi. No babies, no Bowser, no featuring Paper Mario from Paper Mario. It's just the Mario and Luigi game where you manage the needs of Mario and Luigi. And all the bro moves are goofy as hell. And, you know, you got the voiceover guy, Kevin Afghani, still voicing both brothers like to the nines here. He's doing all the Italian gibberish. I get to call it Italian gibberish because I'm Italian American. So, you know, that's okay. I get to call it that. The two of you have to be nice.
Yeah, with the combat too, I thought the like timed hits thing was they like kept that fresh throughout. It was never like redundant and too easy, but it was always, you know, and it definitely got tougher as time went on, but it was always intuitive enough to feel like it wasn't just locking you out from being able to figure it out. However, my first like real problem with this game when I was playing it, the B button, like you don't like select Luigi's moves with the B button, but you execute them with the B button. That was a huge pain in the dick for like hours. Why did they? Why? What was the point of that?
I gotta back you up on this one, Kevin. It pissed me off too, and that would have been easily solved with. I get they had new blood on this game, and this would have been so easily solved with, hey, you want classic mode or modern mode, where you just select everything with whichever brother button you're doing, the way you've been doing the whole time. Or you want to be a sicko and press A and then use B.
It just, I mean, if they were gonna, I don't know, like, you go all in either way. If B is not going to be the dedicated fucking Luigi button, then let me execute Luigi's moves with A, and that doesn't feel as good. Sometimes those kinds of things, when they first annoy me, you know, I'll bitch about it and then I'll get used to it after like half an hour. Like that fucked with me for the first like 5 to 10 hours of the game where I was executing shit wrong because of that.
Yeah, that doesn't really work either because the bro moves are both A and B, and then I never get through that. Like, oh, basic bitch Luigi moves use A, but bro moves use both buttons. I'd never wrap my head around that.
Yeah, that's a good point. That doesn't work either.
I mean, there were a lot of times where, like, when I was doing a counter attack, I would press both A and B at the same fucking time, though, and that worked just as well as doing them individually. Yeah, especially in like the last like couple of dungeons, I would just hit A and B at the same time. Just if I needed to heal, use a nut. But yeah, it's weird. After like fucking 4 or 5 games, you can't just change up the fucking controls like that, dude. It's
because they've never done that before, right? It's always been B as Luigi button.
Yeah, and even in like the remakes, on the 3DS remakes, it was always like B to do Luigi's shit, and then you could hit like, I think it was like L or R to cancel or go back or whatever. But yeah, that's such a weird choice.
When we were talking about the bro moves, I felt stupid about this. I like entirely neglected the bro moves other than the first one you get until the point in the game where they're like, okay, you need to show that you've mastered all of the bro moves. And I wish I didn't do that because the bro moves are super fucking cool and all of them are fun to do.
I didn't care for the satellite one though. That one I feel like took fucking forever. That was like the equivalent of the that one Sephiroth spell from Final Fantasy VII that takes like 15 minutes to roll through. Because, all right, so listeners, Mario's last bro move, you have to like connect these different satellites orbiting the planet they're on. And at first, so there's like 3 in this one like area or stratosphere or whatever, and then you go to the further out stratosphere, there's 3 more planets, and then further out again, and there's 3 more, and each time they get faster and harder to hit. I would only use that with auto excellent on, dude. I was like, fuck that.
It's the bro moves definitely got to be more about spectacle as the game went on, because that particular one wasn't overly practical. But even looking at something like Luigi Logic, which I guess would be this game's closest thing to a gimmick, it was here because it was mostly there for the boss fights. It was like Luigi has an idea, which basically entails to pushing buttons on time to fuck shit up for the enemy and you expect Looney Tunes noises to happen in the background, but they never come. But I don't know. I like those. I like those things. You get the spectacle, and you get to put the beat down on bosses, or you can do it the long way, like a bitch.
Oh man, another thing I really loved about this fucking game is the soundtrack, especially like almost all the songs are pretty good, but like the fucking battle theme, like every time a battle started, I was like, dude, fuck yeah, dude, let's go. And then you win a battle and it's like, dan, 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 dan. And then like Luigi's like, he's doing his little groove dance because he leveled up or he got XP or whatever, and he beat the shit out of a turtle. He's like, fuck yeah, dude, let's go. And then there's a couple other islands that had just like really good tracks. I don't know who did the soundtrack for this game, but it was awesome.
I was a little scared when I heard or didn't hear that longtime Mario and Luigi composer Yoko Shimomura, who was also in Mario. She wasn't in, but she did the music for Mario RPG. Wasn't coming back to do this one, but they did find Hideki Sakamoto to do this one, and he really understood the assignment. Yeah, which I guess when you come up with the theme for Smash Brothers Ultimate, this is just a day on the beach, really. Yeah, we could crank out a Brothership. No big deal.
The battle theme, I liked it too, but after hearing it for that long, I think I did get a little bit fatigued.
Yeah, I feel it. And fuck, I guess maybe this kind of goes along with I've got a theory as to why this game really bugged the crap out of me after like 25 or 30 hours. And I think it's the action commands, because like after a certain amount of time, I just wanted to get through the game. But then like every dungeon had like just, it felt like way too many enemies. So it's like, okay, well, I guess I'll sit through the battle because there's no speed up. There's no auto battle. Like you have to do them. It's like, God help me, please. I just want to get through this fucking game. I don't want to spend another 25 hours in this, but
I think Acquire is used to making, I guess, what you'd call a real ass RPG. Like I said, Octopath Traveler, where things like auto battle would be in there, but you can't really include that when you require things like action commands. He knows about timed hits. Well, that doesn't really gel well when you need that to clear battles and have auto clear and all that. So we got to do it all. You got to do the whole thing. I understand your pain.
Yeah,
I don't agree, but I understand it.
It's interesting because I spent a lot of time too just trying to think of how to like articulate why I didn't like this being so long. And I think there was like the term padding was thrown around, and I don't know that I felt like this game had too much padding. It's just, I think the game, it felt like there were they changed the situations up, but in a way you're kind of going through like the same like structure and beats over and over in the late game to a degree. I think the game has like a really heavy reliance on like a style guide. It felt like to me, like they've obviously got their own theming going on here, but even like the plug characters, the faces that they do with the electric plugs are good, as far as like they can be expressive and give them character. But it was hard for me to really like feel strongly about any of those plug characters for the most part, because they all kind of felt like the same character in different body shapes and different costumes. So I think it needed a little bit more. I think it needed a lot more variance at the end. It certainly didn't need a fucking giant fetch quest like at that point in the game. That's where I really like went from like this is feeling way too long to like fuck this game.
I'm gonna push back slightly and say, well, that's kind of just what Mario and Luigi kind of deals with, because even the bean characters from Bean Land, you can say the same thing. Well, they're all kind of just beans, and they're given different outfits. And some of them are fat, some of them are skinny, and then you got Peasley, who just kind of shows up and does nothing. Even at the end of the game, it's like, well, the game's over. Time to roll credits. No, I get what you're saying. Get what you're saying with the story too, but not really. I looked back at the storyline, and I really don't agree with the whole padding thing either, except for one point. It's after we find Reclusa, the main big baddie of the game, and we're blasted off to find the bonds of friendship for over an hour. I'm sorry, that could have been a cutscene.
Yep.
Other than that, I feel like I was having a good time with my Brothership journey. I feel like I wouldn't have cut anything, even if this was on average longer than your normal Mario and Luigi experience.
Even some of those late game dungeons, you didn't feel like they were like just going on a little bit too long.
I feel like it was pretty standard-ish for a Mario and Luigi RPG that they have a longer-ish dungeon attached to them.
Yeah.
There had to be like a certain point though near the end of that game where you like were you like, I'm definitely ready for this to be done even though I'm really enjoying it?
I mean, that's a lot of the time, but I was also having fun and I wasn't, in a rush because we were off at the time when I was playing it a year ago, so I was doing okay.
I think there were just a couple points not a couple, there was more than a couple points for me in the game where it felt like it definitely didn't need to drag on as long as it did. So like the whole wedding thing, that part felt like it could have been like a cutscene, but definitely not as long as it needed to be, because you have to go around and find all of the shit for their wedding and then watch. I think there's like 3 or 4 things you have to get, like the cake and a couple other things, and then you have to watch the long ass wedding cutscene. And then you hear them talk about how much they love each other over and over and over. And I feel like that could have been maybe, like cut just like a little bit. Don't make us do the fetch quest stuff. But then just like Steve was saying too, man, the bonds of friendship stuff, that could have been like a DBZ spirit bomb kind of thing. Just like throw your hands up and then there's them bonds, dude. Just so many parts where they totally could have shortened that shit. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just impatient as shit. I don't know. I was just burnt out by like the 30-hour mark.
I think why it like sticks in my cross so much is because the game it has such a solid foundation. I remember being like 10 or 15 hours into that game, and I knew that the game got shitty reviews on average, but I didn't go into like, I didn't watch any of the reviews or read anything. I just knew that it was like, they kind of stuck it to it critically. And I was genuinely like, what the fuck? Like, what is the problem with this game? Like, this is so good. But because of that, then when you get to that point where you start feeling salty about it, I think it makes it that much worse.
Reviews I was reading, though, really weren't complaining about the game's length so much, though. That I was reading reviews around. The only really questionable one is IGN USA's 5 out of 10, where their video includes really bad gameplay, like almost on purpose, like comically bad gameplay, where it's like, oh no, I can't time the hammer right. Oh man, like that's not right either. Especially when, if you look at the rest of the ratings, like everyone else is like, even the rest of the IGN affiliates are giving it like a 7 or so.
It just, man, I wouldn't even go as far as to give it like a 7 out of 10 either. Like, even though I do shit on this game for it being as long as it is, and like, it's probably one of my favorites in the whole series, weirdly enough, man. Because like, Ship-Shape Island and like the growing hub area fucking rules. I really dig the battle plug system, letting you like customize how you play during combat whenever you want, or even like out of combat. And then there's just all sorts of like, man, they added so it was like a kitchen sink kind of situation with this one. Like, they took all the good shit from the past games, crammed it into one, and they were like, dude, let's just make it way bigger, make it way longer, make it way more epic. Because oh my god, you weren't kidding about that ending. That was anime as fuck. Like, we'll get to that possibly, but
no, we will. But yeah, I like the battle plug system a lot. Now that you brought that up, you just staple on a lot of iron balls or the floaty bits for a time. Is like, try beating me now, you fuckers. Especially since now I hear Andre in the distance saying, talk about the frame rate, for the love of God, Steve, talk about the frame rate. Yeah, fine. You know what, guys? It kind of stings a little bit that it's running at 30 FPS. The game largely compensates the timed hits for this. But yeah, some of the finer things can be tougher to get. I mean, I'm not always super great at timing the dodges in Mario and Luigi anyway. Don't at me, even when it's running right. And then there's the block hitting mini games that's in like 2 or 3 spots. Like, hit the block rally to 100. I'm like, no. Fuck you.
That was kind of shitty.
I'm like, I did most of this game's side quests, and I'm like, no.
Holy shit.
No.
How many hours did you... So, Because I was trying to just get through this fucking game in a reasonable amount of time, which ended up being 45 hours, I skipped most of the side quests. How many hours did you have if you did most of them?
Oh, I cleared 50 something hours.
Damn.
Holy shit.
I regret nothing.
Yeah, good for you, man. That's awesome. Speaking of minigames, though, I fucking did not care for the dancing minigames as short as they were. Like, whenever the game would just make you stop and do those fucking dancing minigames, I was like, all right, fine. Even though they're easy and short, but like,
they're required. and then they like make fun of you if you do it wrong. Like, no, it's 2 a.m. Can't we just slog through this?
Do you want to try it again on an easier difficulty? Like, sure, but I'm going to complain the whole time.
Some of us are playing this at 2 a.m. Come on.
I will say, though, that jellyfish pizza, oh, God, that shit looked good. I finished this game off on the Switch too, so I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but that jellyfish pizza looked real fucking tasty. I tell you what.
I know playing on Switch 2 would have sped up some loading times by about, I think I would have been down like at least 2 hours or so if I played on Switch 2 all the way through. Just waiting for battles to load, because I'm watching comparison shots online. I'm like, oh, this is faster.
Yeah. I feel like I'm running the battle music in through my head, and I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, there is quite a noticeable difference.
I wouldn't mind a Switch 2 version. I don't know if I can play a Switch 2 version right now. I have a lot of games to play, but
yeah.
Maybe they can do a director's cut and just make it a little bit shorter and give Luigi the B button.
That would be cool. And another thing I found really fucking weird, but I mean not like in a bad way, but like it's so in Superstar Saga and sometimes in like Bowser's Inside Story, some of the like the Traversal Bros moves you learn would also be used in combat and shit. It was a little weird that they didn't do it in this game. I mean, they kind of did with like fire and ice with like the tornado move and shit, but that'd have been cool having like the UFO move in combat, or like the ball. No, they kind of do the ball. So I guess just the UFO.
I think a lot of that, again, had to do with Acquire trying to feel around what a Mario and Luigi game is.
That being said, the platforming stuff was real fun. Loved them puzzles.
Okay, so I dragged these all, well, I didn't, but the game drags you kicking and screaming. We went sailing, we went fishing, we did the mini games, we danced more than we ever thought we were going to in a Mario and Luigi game, but
oh yeah,
and we did the ties of friendship through another 4 hours of a thing that we all agreed could have been a cutscene. And eventually we do get to that ending, and holy fuck, what an ending it was. I know Kevin likes to pretend, oh, I'm too cool for anime and things, unless it's time for Dragon Quest. Then that's okay though. But I know I need Aaron to humor me for a minute and say, at least sort of agree with me and say this is the most JRPG ending they've ever done.
Yeah, it was fucking nuts. Even whatever, the point where they're riding that big plug or whatever in like the shmup segment, I was like, holy fuck, this is so like over the top, and god damn it, this is sick.
I love this segment a lot too, because you know it's the Death Star run. You're like you just said, it's part shooter. Let's say you're doing real great until you're not doing great, and then you get knocked on your ass, and then you have to fight some of the emo flowers on the ground before picking up right where you were and continuing. And why I liked it occurred to me about halfway through that, where a long while ago, well, I don't know how long it is because COVID has ruined all my sense of time, me and Andre were having at it on the air about whether Spectacle in Final Fantasy 16 should have some teeth or not. And frankly, something like this felt perfect to me. You have agency in this. Reclusa has that big hulking mass in the center that you have to deal with. They're not going to wait for you to take a phone call, but at the same time, you know, you're playing the game, but it's not going to, oh, you lost, try again. No, if you do bad, you have to keep playing the game until you hop back on and do it again. I feel like that's a fine compromise compared to when I'm fighting Titan and it's gingerly, and he's just standing there mid punch waiting for me to press X. I mean, I feel like that's a lot better.
I agree. I know exactly what you're saying, and I think the game like needed some spectacle. I did feel like slightly vindicated at the end when it like I was pissed off by the end, but I was glad that I seen my way through it.
Yeah, like as much as I just wanted to get through the goddamn game, right as soon as basically once you get to Reclusa and then you're doing all that shit, I was like, oh hell yeah, I didn't skip any of that. I was like, dude, this is actually really good shit. And the part where Mario and Luigi and like Connie, they're all knocked out and it's like, oh, this is the end for us. Or maybe it's just Mario and Luigi, they're like knocked out and then Connie revives them and then they get their anime like second stage or whatever because of their brotherly bond, and it's like, holy shit, this is just Dragon Ball. This is Mario Dragon Ball. And then they go like fire and ice form. Oh my god, that shit was so cool. I've never seen anything like this in a Mario game ever, dude. It's insane.
Speaking of other things we don't see in a Mario game ever, they're wandering around the fortress and they get knocked the fuck out. But it's okay, guys. They wake up back home in the Mushroom Kingdom. But oh man, things aren't quite right. Like, right? Peach and Bowser are hanging out together, having a tea party, and those question mark blocks are kind of backwards. And those toads are saying the same thing again and again, and things are glitching. No, but it's okay. We're home. Everything's great. Like, oh, this is. I mean, okay, it's the game's rated E or E10. I mean, they can only do so much with this. But I'm like, oh, this would not be allowed in the Miyamoto's paying attention era of the Mario and Luigi games, because as you may recall, however long ago, there was the no fun allowed era with Sticker Star and Dream Team.
Yeah.
Where it's like, we will have no fun with this. I have no idea why anyone would want a story in a Mario and Luigi game. Like, this would not be allowed, but here we are, like, trying to fuck with their minds, and we have to find Reclusa in the blocks here. We're like, they're playing that way too upbeat version of the first level of Mario 3 song. Like, oh, this ain't right.
That was a good way to handle it too, because it would have felt really fucking cheesy to me, I think, if it would have just been like, oh, we're going to show you the Mushroom Kingdom, just to like shoehorn it in for some like quote unquote fan service. But being able to like shoehorn it in while doing something interesting with it was a really good choice.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. And then like even like the little trials you have to do in there too, that felt really like, I guess quote unquote fan servicey as well too. Doing some Mario ass platforming in a Mario ass level like Peach's castle.
Yeah, and then you fight Reclusa for real. They do a lot of talking back and forth, which I don't know how much of that you all skip, but it's we're at the end of the game. Kefka or Reclusa, who can really tell? But we're at the end now. You win, and then the game has a real ending. You actually have to say goodbye to everybody before you leave the plug world. It's not like the other Mario and Luigi games where it's like, oh shit, the game's over now.
You don't have to say goodbye to everybody though. They give you the opportunity to say good. I was pissy at that point. I didn't say goodbye to any of them. I was just like, fuck you guys, smell you later. I'm finishing this game.
I had to say goodbye to my boy. Again, I forget his name, but the guy that gives you prizes for finding all the monuments or landmarks, that's what they're called. I had to say goodbye to him at the very least for giving me the cool hammer you get if you find all of them. I was like, hell yeah, thanks, dude. Did the cool secret little handshake, like, peace, dude. See you sometime.
But I mean, it's a real ending, because you look at those other endings and they're decidedly not endings. They just like, again, panic and then show you for a few seconds and then show you credits. Here it's like they actually end the game. And then they do show you the Mushroom Kingdom for reals. It's like, oh, here we go again. Bowser's causing some shit. And then the credits roll.
And then you see the little tree, the little, what is it called? The Uni-Tree, tiny Uni-Tree.
The Uni-Tree.
Yeah. And that was really cool. I thought that was a really good way to end the game. Like, and also kudos to them to acquire. Well, I don't know who created like all the different characters for this game, but goddamn, like they went all out, because the extension core, dude, their designs are so cool, and just like the designs of all the plug characters and the gorilla guy from the first island, like Garunga, I think. So many cool fucking character designs in this game. Like they were like, oh, you can actually make new characters for this game, and they were like, holy shit, and they went fucking crazy. They made like of a gazillion.
I want to ask you guys about I thought it was interesting, like any game to kind of tackle like digital addiction and reclusiveness, like in a video game as a format. But I really wouldn't have expected that from a Nintendo game, let alone a Mario Universe game. And I think on paper, I wouldn't have expected that to work well with the Mario and Luigi game, but I felt like it wound up working very well as like an overall theme.
Yeah. I agree, man.
I think, yeah, they played well with the tools they were allowed to play with. I mean, yes, there are some rules you do have to follow, but again, they were similarly unshackled to what they did before. They handled it well, I think. Even if it took too long for you to get there, I'm sorry, you guys.
I feel like when you're talking about like, years ago, you're not allowed to have fun. That's definitely like that as a theme would not have been allowed to fly.
Oh, absolutely not. Especially when you're literally showing the main villain like literally covering everyone else with flowers to isolate them from everyone else. That's definitely XP for everyone shoving their heads into tablets and things.
Yeah, it gets kind of heavy in a way.
For Mario and Luigi.
But it's their brotherly bond. Oh, there was that one big speech by Cosette, or maybe it was Connie, I forget who, but they were like, it's our bonds that connect us. It's our bonds that bring everyone together. I was like, damn, man, why is this going so like semi-deep for a Mario game? Calm down.
We have to plug together, but don't read into that too hard because they're plugs, and I don't know how all that works. Okay.
I got to ask too. So when they're going to the lighthouse and you get on the elevator thing in front of the lighthouse that goes up and it's got the like swirly woo 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 thing underneath, that was a call out to Golden Sun, was it not?
What?
I think that was just...
man. Okay. I was so sure I wasn't going to be...
Okay, Kevin, I think that was just to mask load times to load in that sequence.
No.
But if you want that to be a Golden Sun sequence, okay.
God damn it.
I hope to God it is. It better be.
Kevin is dead set on returning Golden Sun to us, and I hope he does someday.
Me too, man. If anything, they should have done all... No, never mind. I was going to say they should have done all this with Golden Sun, but it wouldn't work. God damn it, never mind. Fucking battle plugs in Golden Sun.
I mean, mechanically, that's not a bad idea, though. I think, especially because it was really well balanced, the battle plugs. It gives you a lot of cool shit you can do, but you can't like really exploit it to a ridiculous amount.
Yeah. There was one I used a lot toward the end. It was like countdown to recovery or countdown to cure, and I had that one as soon as it was done. Like as soon as it was cooled off, I'll plug that one right back in and be like, okay, I'm just gonna take all these hits. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna take all these hits, and then as soon as it counts down, it heals you right back to full. Yeah, all those were. They knew what they were doing with those.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, when the game hits, it hits. I mean, at least I got you people to admit that in writing or on the air, however that works. That's all I needed from you people. It's legally binding because it's a podcast.
Yeah, well, like I said, I think that's why what bugs me so much, because I like love this game, but I also like came away from it thinking it's probably overall a poor game in my opinion because of the problems.
And yeah, I think we were talking about this in the chat a little bit. Like by the time I got toward the end of the game, or when I beat, I don't remember, like I was just super divided because like I really fucking like this game. I like most of what it has to offer, but I don't know if I would want to play it again. Just because of how much I think it drags. I mean, I don't know if maybe me and Kevin are maybe just like real impatient fellas or something, or we just don't have as much time to game. So like what little time we have, we want to use it wisely, not on some 50-hour Mario game, but because
Whoa. I'm pretty sure I'm older than the two of you. How much time do you think I have?
Oh, I meant, I don't know. I assumed you had more time to game. I don't know. I shouldn't have assumed that. I made an ass out of you and me, but mostly me.
Yeah. Although this does bring up a point I wanted to make too. Critics aside, the common critique I hear from normal people, I mean, guys like us, is that it's too long. And I wonder if that's because it's a Mario and Luigi game. Like, would you say this is the same thing?
Maybe.
Would you say that there's lots of games that are much longer than this? Would you even say that, give this the same, oh, it's so long, if we were playing a Dragon Quest? Again, I keep bringing up Dragon Quest, but I mean, those tend to run longer than this.
I wonder, again, if it has to do with the timed hits. I'm starting to think maybe I was just getting burned out on the timed hits, because like every time I start a battle, it's like, all right, go jump on him, go do a bros move, and it's done. I'm thinking maybe it wasn't so much the length as it was I was just getting burnt out on the bros move, because I would just fucking fight everything in sight just to get it gone and not have to fuck with that.
I mean, that could be it, because your average Mario and Luigi game is only 20 hours-ish long. I mean, this was double that or more if you're me, a sicko that was like, yeah, I'm fishing. So
I don't think for me it was because it was a Mario and Luigi game either, but I think for me it was more like just like a feeling of repetition, or the story beats weren't like escalating. It was more just like a sequence of you do this thing happened, and then this thing happened, and then this thing happened, and then this thing happened, where I didn't feel like I needed to play through all of that stuff because it was inconsequential.
But you just described many video games, Kevin.
Well, I think I feel like I think my total runtime on this was 42 hours. And I think that there is definitely a scenario where the game came out with the same like mechanics and foundation where I would have been glad that it had lasted 42 hours. I think it just needed to have
like cut the fat from the game pretty much.
Yeah. Or just like even as these things are happening, like it really did feel to me like, yeah, I think that these sections were, you're in different settings, but it felt like it really had this like repetitive rhythm of gameplay beats that didn't feel like they were really going anywhere. Once in a while there would maybe be an exception to that when you were like in the prison, or there's like a few standout moments I can think, but overall, so I'll put it this way. Because I finished this, I think, in February last year. So before we recorded, I went back and I like tried to watch skip through and watch different sections of a full playthrough of this. And the amount of shit that I was like, I don't remember that at all. Like I remember being in that setting with snow, or I remember being in that fucking beach setting or whatever. But it just I didn't take anything away from so many of those blocks of time that I played that game. And I think that I knew that I was feeling that way when I was playing that. And that's why I didn't want it to last so fucking long.
Yeah. And now that I'm thinking a little bit harder on this, there are a couple parts in the game that kind of don't really fucking matter. So, like, there's that part toward the end where you're supposed to go to Jellyfish Island and you're trying to find that one engineer or, like, scientist lady, and you go through this whole fucking thing on Jellyfish Island, including a dancing minigame, goddammit. Then you make her pizza, which the pizzas look delicious, but goddammit, the whole part doesn't even really matter because you bring her back to the island and it's like, okay, do you want to use like her engine for the Brothership, or do you want to use Technicky's engine?
Right.
And you could just totally bypass, like, what's the point of this bitch? I mean, I guess she shows up in a cutscene later on, but that part I feel like totally could have been skipped. They could have just cut that out and it wouldn't have had any fucking impact on like the story or the game. I mean, Christ, man, they're just like with the wedding, that could just been a short little cutscene. Oh, Chilium, I love you. Oh, Fire Chick, I love you too. Bam, married. Cool, they're bonded. Okay, it's done.
Yeah, and if they would have cut out 10 hours of those kinds of things, I feel like this would be an entirely different conversation, because I would be coming in being like, this game was like a 9 out of 10. I'm stoked on this. And I can't like get on board with that line of thinking.
I don't know, I keep saying this, but I think all these complaints boil down to Acquire was like, make a Mario and Luigi RPG. And they're like, yeah, okay. They're like, oh shit, what does that look like? And then they made a Mario and Luigi RPG down to all the tropes that involves, including a wedding, an island resort, fishing mini games, other mini games, a very emo villain, and all these other tropes along the way. We're like, yep, this is what a Mario and Luigi RPG looks like, and then and this was the final product for them. Like that's maybe they played one of the other ones, but they make what they know how to make. They made what they know how to make.
Do you think you would have enjoyed this game as much or better if it had like trimmed off 10 hours of like the most excessive stuff, Steve?
I don't know if I would have enjoyed it more. I don't think it. Again, there was only the one part where I feel like they should have excised it, but I don't think I would have noticed if you got rid of some of that other stuff either. Like Dragon Quest. We should just call this the Dragon Quest episode. Dragon Quest 7's getting a remake real fucking soon. Another remake where they're saying they're trimming off some more stuff too, and I'm wondering how much of that I'm going to remember they took off, because way back, well, not how long ago was that on 3DS where I played that all the way through?
2015, maybe?
I don't know. That came out at the right time in my life too, where I played that all the way through. I don't know how much of that I'm going to remember that they took away, if they take it away. So I don't know. If you took away 10 hours of the fad, would I notice? I don't know. I'm sure it'll be fine. I gave this an A+ on my rankings, so the answer is I don't know. I'm sure it'd be fine.
I feel bad because I'm not trying to like pee in your pool at all. I think it's great that you love playing this. I wish that I had played this and didn't feel like it had like too much excess.
Nothing anyone here is saying is wrong. I'm just saying I disagree.
You know what's really fucking weird is like, so I started playing this game, I think like early this year, and then I took time off of it because I was getting just so fucking burnt out, and then I came back to it many months later, and I was like, why the fuck did I stop playing this? This kicks ass. And then I put in like fucking 30 hours, and I was like, oh, that's why, because I'm like 45 hours in now, and this game still hasn't ended. Well, it was probably like 40 hours, but yeah. I'm trying to think of any other parts that I hate, but that's it. Like the combat rules, the soundtrack rules, the art style rules. I fucking love all the goofy mechanics they added, and if it could be half the length that it is, if there's any way to skip some of this shit, it would probably be my favorite. Like maybe even higher than Bowser's Inside Story or Superstar. Because fuck, I enjoyed the combat and all that other shit so much. Definitely didn't deserve 5 out of 10. That's fucking harsh and stupid.
Okay,
5 out of 10 is being probably ridiculous, but I don't know that I would have thought like 6 to 7 is necessarily, because I just feel so strongly about how draggy it felt.
All right, Kevin. If you feel so strongly and you think you can do better,
Go make a game.
I've heard. Well, actually, I think this kind of passed now, because a while ago I think Acquired was supposed to be picked up by Sony, but I think that's passed at this point. Come on, pitch me the next Mario and Luigi game. Now that it's back, what are we doing? Who's going to make the next one?
Okay, fuck. I was going to say, all right, so Persona 4, small town Mario, but like, yeah, you have all your Mario social links. Like you can go on hot dates with Toad, take him to the fucking bookstore. You have Mario personas like Dry Bones, fucking I don't know why I'm pointing to the wall, nothing's over there. Kamek, you have all sorts of Mario characters as personas. You can fuse them into like different ungodly things. I don't know. I'm just being goofy and stupid, but so like with other long games like say Persona or like I don't know, a mainline Shin Megami Tensei game, like that shit can kind of drag on, but it never really felt as, I guess, repetitive as this game did to me. And Kevin, you said you didn't feel like it was repetitive to you at all. It was just too fucking long, plain and simple.
Yeah, I think that definitely repetitive is a good word. Just like it's not necessarily like the same shit was happening, but it felt like it always had the like same beat or importance or like lack thereof, maybe. I mean, what would I want for like legitimately for the next Mario and Luigi game? I think if this team did another game, that would be great. I think that if they leave the graphic style the same, if they have like something similar to the battle plug system, that's great. I think if there's some more variance in like the characters you meet, that would be really good. But if the same team did a direct sequel to Brothership, and I looked it up on how long to beat, and it said it was 30 hours, I'd be like, fuck yeah, I'm in.
Yeah,
I know that's a vanilla ass answer, but
I feel like it's got really fucking good bones though. Like really, really good. And fix the Luigi thing, by the way. Make me select his moves with B, dude. I can't get over that. Just there's so many buttons on the controller. Use fucking L1 or whatever to cancel whatever you're doing.
Okay, I'm going to be a real sicko. I want Acquire to make the next one too, but not with Mario and Luigi. I want Wario and Waluigi to go to go on a Octopath Traveler ass thing on a big ass continent where they're just pillaging whatever they're doing. They're just pillaging the place, really. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't even need to have time commands. Maybe they just have a whole bunch of stand-ins for classes we're used to seeing where that they have to find, like that, represented by different hats or whatever, and they're just.
What if it incorporated micro games in some way, like WarioWare? Like each bros move was a micro game, like dodge this or like pick the nose.
Yeah, maybe that's the stand-in instead of a button press each time, especially since you'd have to use BP to spend on that anyway. But I just think you'd use that and you just have the same sweeping orchestral type of music playing the whole time, but it's just with Wario and Waluigi, like playing, just as seriously, but not really as you possibly can with that. I just think it'd be funny.
I think this is a fucking great idea. I really like that.
I'm really surprised they haven't done anything like that with Wario and Waluigi yet. I feel like when they brought Waluigi to Mario Party that one time, they were like, dog, we could do so much with this guy. And then they were like, who? Walla what?
He was invented just so Wario can have a doubles partner in tennis. And I feel bad for that being the case ever since.
It's just tall Wario. God damn it.
Waluigi is severely underutilized.
Severely malnourished Wario. Holy shit.
No, we're getting a tennis game soon. But
all right, one last one. So, like Octopath or like Dragon Quest 3 where there's jobs, right? But it's Mario and Luigi, and you can have like Mario be fucking, I don't know, a mage, and then Luigi's a bard. Then he just sings, but it's in that like Mario and Luigi language. So he's like singing and dancing. He's got like a skimpy little skirt on, and I don't know. That'd be cool. Do that. Make it happen. Acquire. Yes.
You're hired. Here's a sack of money.
Yes.
All right, guys. Are we about Mario and Luigi now?
Man, no, I don't know. I want another like 15 or 20 hours of Mario and Luigi.
Oh, shit.
No, I kid. I'm Mario and Luigi'd out.
Okay.
There was one point. So when you're doing the shmup, this popped into my brain, by the way. When you're doing the shmup segment, and Steve, you're talking about like when you hit an enemy, you fall off of it, you got to fight them, and then after you beat them, you get back on. I was thinking about like the first 2 times I fell off the plug. I sighed so hard. I was like, ah. And I set my controller down and I went to go make some fucking lunch. I was like, dude, I am over this. And then I was like, no, Aaron, just do it. And I slammed a Dr. Pepper and fucking beat the game, dude. It was glorious.
But then you got to hang out with us, and that was okay, right?
It was worth it. Yeah, it was so worth it to come hang out with you guys. I just hope my ramblings made fucking sense, because holy shit, I might have a fever.
It is the season for all that, but we'll give everyone else a break too. But as our boss, you should probably pimp the channels and things we all do, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, everybody, whatever you're doing right now, I want you to stop what you're doing. Go to superpodnetwork.com and just go look at all of our fine, I almost said faces, all of our fine shows on there. Like, yeah, the Fine Time's on there. Super Ghost is on there. Everything cool is on there. If you're not on there, you're not cool yet. That's Superpod Network.
All right. Are we all okay? Did we do the brothership therapy now?
I think so.
I think we are brothers now.
Do we bond? Do we get the sparkly ring thing? I thought I saw it happen. Maybe that's just the fever talking, but I thought I saw like the bond ring thing happen from the game.
Yeah, I think we could all hang out, the three of us, and spin together in a cartoony UFO if we wanted.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that might be something we have to talk about off the air.
Well, let's try it at least.
Don't forget to look at all of our shows on whatever you listen to a podcast on and on Blue Sky at Fine Time. And we'll see you real soon. Bye.